Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming back or for joining me. My name is Joanna and I am your intuitive medium and intuitive coach. These are going to be your readings for the month of May. I'm going to keep this very short and very brief. I want to say first and foremost, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for liking, for sharing, for subscribing to my videos. Please keep in mind these are general videos, so they may not apply to you. Some parts may apply to you, sometimes the entire thing may apply to you, and sometimes none of it will apply to you, and that's okay. Do watch your rising sign, your moon sign, and your sun sign, because these will often create a much clearer picture of what's going on in your life or how it's reflected in your particular case. If you would like a private session, that information is down below for you. And always remember that if you send me an email regarding how the readings pertain to you, I have no way of knowing that until I actually connect with you when I have a session with you. So if that is what you wish, that information is down below for you. Aside from the fact that May feels very significant, but I think I always say that everything is very significant, but there are some planetary changes happening in the month of May. The planet of Uranus is entering the sign of Taurus, and with that comes significant changes for the next little while. So be prepared to shift, to change, to evolve, to become much more enlightened, and a lot of the readings do reflect that. So without further ado, thank you so much again. Let's move on to your individual readings. I will see you soon. Hello Pisces, this is going to be your reading for the month of May 2018. Can you believe we're almost halfway through the year? Crazy. Okay. One of the things that I got for you right off the bat, this seems to be, let me just say that this reading seems to be very specific. So it may not resonate with a lot of you, but it will definitely hit home for some of you. So make sure you listen to your other signs just to see if you can gain more clarity that way. But the moment I started connecting to your energy, I felt change. I actually heard the word change. And there seems to be a lot of changes going on for you, but changes aren't bad things. Changes are good things. The numbers around you are very significant because you are entering a time of your life where I feel like a lot of information will be available to you, and this is information psychically speaking, being in tuned, being intuitively guided, but also information that comes from outside sources that will give you an idea of what it is that you want to do next. For some of you, this is going to be around a career change, how you express yourself in the world. And for some of you, this is going to be a change in the relationships. All of a sudden, I'm seeing a ship sailing. And so for some of you, you'll be taking a trip. Some of you may be going sailing. Never seen that before. But for most of you, this represents a brand new journey. So many of you, I feel, are about to start a brand new journey. And I think many of us are that way. So number 7 is a very spiritual number. It is the number that connects to, for me, mastering certain element of your being. It is also a number that talks about being able to gain a lot of wisdom through what you are going through or via what you're going through. So when important changes happen, it is often when we learn the most about ourselves because we have to tap into various resources. The number 2 is all about, I almost want to say moving on, but it's about choices, it's about decisions. So many of you, I feel, will be facing choices or decisions in a very near future. For some of you, it's going to be in the month of May. For some of you, it was in the month of April. And I want to say for the next 3 months, I almost want to say expect the unexpected. And I am seeing somebody shaking hands with somebody, which signifies to me brand new relations, brand new relationships, brand new I want to say advancement, brand new career move, brand new opportunities. You shaking hand with somebody to me signifies that something is being put in place. So individuals coming together. So many of you sounds like will be over the next 3 months or so experiencing brand new beginnings, and these brand new beginnings seem they're all about well, for some of it's financials, but it's all about connecting with people. So whether it's a relationship that's personal or work, it's all about connecting. The card that is, I did things differently this month. The first card I asked for is what you need to focus on. And you have the card, well, let me just pick it up. Oops. You have the card of chaos. And what this is saying here is that there may indeed be situations in your life that are out of your control. And if that is the case for you, let it unfold. The reason for it is, number one, if it's out of your control, you can't do anything about it. But number two, whatever is happening, whatever is being shaken, and this is being shown to me a little bit like the tower moment. And the tower happens when things are needing to be no longer. So fundamentally speaking, there will be some little towers going on in your life. And these are meant to expose things that are no longer working. For some of you, these are going to be drastic changes. And no, it doesn't mean anything bad. It just means that these will be changes that are significant in your life. For example, when we change jobs, that is a significant change because, well, work is, one of the staples in our lives. It's how we express ourselves, but it's also how we sustain ourselves in the physical form. So I almost want to say expect the unexpected, but not necessarily in a bad way. I really want to stress that. The number 9 is being shown to me, which signifies what I am tapping into is indeed endings. It is people saying goodbye to circumstances, people saying goodbye to jobs, people saying goodbye to perhaps relationships, whatever it is. Many of you will decide to leave. You may leave town, you may leave your significant other, you may leave, the gym you go to. Though that's not majority, there is definitely an essence of needing to move away from something and forward into something else. The next card you have is higher power. So this is about you making sure that you spend the time in order to tap into your inner self. Number 1, that's where wisdom comes from. We have all the answers inside. We just don't know how to tap into it most of the time. But it's also about gaining clarity on what it is precisely that you want for yourself at this time of your life. For some of you, I feel like you have been putting aside your own needs and your own desires in order to please somebody else. When I asked for an animal totem card, the spirit animal spirit deck that I showed last month, you have the starfish. And the starfish energy is all about the appearances. It's about focusing on the superficial. And one of the things that I wrote here is the questions you want to ask yourself when this energy comes up is, am I being authentic to myself? Have I done things for other people and have forgotten about me? What is important for me at this point on my life? And have I been influenced by outside appearances? So for some of you, you may have gotten into a relationship that was somehow the thing that you wanted, but it ended up being a trap. For some of you, this is about being in an environment. Perhaps you got a job that had a specific title and you got that job, and shortly after you realize you've made a mistake. This could be anything. You could have gotten yourself into some sort of an agreement with somebody that seemed too good to be true. And in fact, indeed, it is too good to be true and it needs to end. So it can apply to any situation. I mean, many situations in your life. But the message here is very important, and it is about asking yourself some really deep and important questions. And a lot of it has to do with Sense of safety and security. I mean, we do things for other people because we want to be safe and secure, and that's a very broad statement. I'm just tapping into the starfish energy. I also want to say, listen to yourself more so than you listen to others. If you have been swayed by other people when you make large or big decisions, and when you rely on other people's input more so than your own, chances are you will come up to situations that don't serve you right. Why? Because you didn't listen to yourself. For some of you, it's about wearing a mask. Make sure that you are authentic to yourself, which will allow you to be authentic to others. So a lot of this is about connecting with the inner guidance in order to help you realize what it is that you want for yourself. And it's about staying true to you. Now, what are you leaving behind? Interesting, 2 cards came up, which kind of confused me. But you have the Empress, and then you have 4 of Pentacles. You have a lot of Pentacles here, and I've used several decks. You have 2 major arcana cards that repeated themselves. Empress is one of them. So for some of you, you have given birth to a new idea recently. You may have given birth to a child. You may have given birth to a new relationship. You may have landed a brand new job, a brand new career. So you're leaving this behind. You're not leaving abundance behind, but you're leaving something that was birthed not that long ago. Because it's shown to me around Pentacles, it talks to me about stability. So for a lot of you, this would be financial. You might have had a financial idea, and you started to implement it. You may, some of you, I'm seeing driving a brand new car from a parking lot. So some of you may have gotten a new car. Some of you may have started a brand new journey with a significant other. Some of you may have gotten yourself into some sort of dynamic with other people. This could be a project. This could be a situation. There was money around. There's connection to finances around it, not for all of you, but for many of you. So that's the situation that has happened or transpired. Now, what's happening now? You have 3 of coins in reverse. That came up again in a different deck. And you have, when I asked for clarification, you got the Death card in reverse. So what I feel here very strongly is, for many of you, whatever you got yourself into that you thought was safe, secure, stable, is turning out not to be the case. I hear the word disappointed. You may be disappointed with a situation you got yourself into. For some of you, this is lack of cooperation in a workplace. It's Pentacles, but this can also be lack of cooperation with a spouse or with a significant other. So this is what's happening right now. And I feel that's why change is on the way. The Death card or transformation card signifies to me that this is coming up because change needs to happen. It's almost like you got yourself into a pickle, and now you have to figure out how to leave it, how to let it go, how to detach yourself from it. I asked for more clarity. You have 5 of Cups. So this is about a loss. This is about feeling of disappointment. This is about, I almost want to say in some sense, feeling of betrayal. You also have 10 of Wands, which is the card of being overburdened. So maybe you got yourself into a relationship that you thought was wonderful, and it's turning out to be not as good as you thought. Same for jobs. You might have lost something as a result of getting into some kind of a financial situation. So for some of you, you may have invested in something, and it turns out it's not as good as you thought it was going to be, or it's not as prestigious or as fruitful as you were told. When I ask about the future, you have Judgment in reverse, and again you have the Empress. So you have Empress twice. And what this is saying to me is that it's important for you to face the facts. Why? Because he says facts don't lie. So if you have difficulty accepting something that is not working out, prolonging it won't make it any easier. Now, you have the number 9 as the overall energy. That is number of endings. So many of you are or will be transitioning fairly soon into different circumstances. The card, the fertility card, or the Empress card in reverse, signifies to me that whatever has been up until this point is going to be no longer. In other words, I almost want to say that's as far as you can go. So this is a very specific for some of you. And again, situations may be different. Keep in mind, I'm literally just spitting out words and I'm seeing energy. I asked for more clarification. You have the 3 of Pentacles again, and you have the 8 of Wands. So if you are in a situation, or if you are in a pickle and something is not working out the way you want it to, or if you have some sort of situation in your life, like the Tower moment, where things are changing and they are out of your control, know that it's happening because you're moving on to bigger and better. This is a message of financial expansion. 3 is a number of expansion, but this is also a card of cooperation. So I feel like you are needing to move in a different direction. And the only way you will do that is if the universe shakes things up. Sometimes we get very comfortable and we don't allow ourselves to make changes because, well, changes are often met with loss of some sort, even losing the friendships we have if we leave work. Plus, change is not always very comfortable. We are creatures of habit, and, change is uncomfortable, but change is inevitable. The 8 of Wands signifies to me that indeed, I hear the word job is coming. So for some of you, this is going to be a new financial endeavor. For some of you, this is going to be a career commitment. For some of you, this is expansion in your business. And I don't know how that would connect with what I said earlier. But there seems to be a swift movement with whatever is going on. This is shown to me in a position of future. So I want to say within the next 3 months, there is going to be a new financial opportunity for you. And I feel the reason why they talked about higher power is because this is the time now precisely for you to try to figure out what it is that you want for the rest of your life. Why? Because as things are changing, as things are changing, I'm going to use that word again, you have a chance here to improve your situation. So if you're in a relationship that doesn't work and you thought it was going to, don't resist the change. If you are in a job and you're not happy and things are happening and there's cuts coming out and you're freaking out, don't resist the changes because they're happening for the better. There's something better at the end of the day for you. So transition is one of the things that I'm seeing, which is also connected to the Tower moment and, well, death as well, right? Compensation. So for some of you, this is about compensation. This is about money. Some of you have started a job or went into a business and you thought financially was going to be okay, and it's turning out not to be the case, and that may you freak out. May make you freak out. The energy of the Fool is being shown to me. So many of you are about to start a brand new journey, and I always say the energy of the Fool is like lump of clay. It has no shape, and it is up to us to shape it. So I want to say, take the opportunity to start something new. Take the opportunity to reinvent yourself. Take this opportunity to find something different. Take this opportunity to clean up the things that are no longer working for you. Things will turn out more than okay. And there is an exclamation mark at the end of this. So I think that's all I have. I hope this makes sense. Like I always said, it makes no sense to me, and I always pray that it does to you, and inevitably it does to you. So listen to this at the end of the month. It probably won't make sense to you at the beginning of the month, but I do wish you best of luck, and whatever you're going through, I want to say congratulations to you. It may not feel like it at the beginning, but I do want to say congratulations, because many of you are embarking on a brand new start, brand new fresh start. And whatever is going on in the next little while is a springboard for you to get to the next destination. So best of luck. Thank you so much. And of course, listen to the other signs. They may offer you more information. And for private sessions, that information is down below. Thank you once again. Have a wonderful month of May, and I will see you soon.